The hospital hallway smelled clean, like strong soap. But it also felt sad. I held the cold metal railing outside the ICU door. My hands shook so much I thought I might fall. Everything was quiet except for one long beeping sound from inside the room. It was the same machine that used to show my son's heartbeat. But now the line was straight. No more dancing line. No more heartbeat. A nurse came out. Her face looked white and scared, and her eyes were wet. She did not speak. She didn't have to. I already knew. My son, my little boy, the only reason I woke up every morning, he was gone. I put my hand on the glass window between us. Just 1 hour ago, I was singing to him. I told him, Mommy will be right outside. I won't go far. I left for only a few minutes to get a blanket. When I came back, the machine had stopped. Life had stopped. I fell to my knees. I screamed, but the sound didn't even feel human. It was like a sound from inside a monster made of pain. My parents sat far away at the end of the hallway. They didn't run to me. They didn't hug me. They just sat. My mom was on her phone. My dad was talking to my sister on a video call. Like nothing important was happening. When I finally found words, I whispered, shaking, Mom. Dad, he's gone. My mom sighed. She looked annoyed. Like I was bothering her. Well, she said. That's what happens when you make bad choices. Bad choices? I asked. My voice was tiny. She crossed her arms. You thought you could raise a child alone. You can't even take care of yourself. My dad didn't look at me. He just said, stop making a scene, we don't need that trash of a son. His voice was cold. Like ice. A nurse tried to help me stand, but I pushed her away. I wanted my parents to see me. To see how my heart was breaking. But they didn't care. My mom stood up and fixed her coat like she was going shopping. We're going home, she said. You'll figure it out. You always do. I grabbed her sleeve. Please don't go. Please stay. She looked at me like I was something dirty on her shoe. She's used to being alone, she told my father. Let her be. And then they walked away. They left me there in that cold hallway. They left me with my tears and my broken heart. The only sound was my crying, bouncing off the walls. The nurse sat on the floor with me. She didn't talk much. She just stayed. After a long time, she said softly. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve how they treat you. But I didn't feel like I deserved anything. I felt empty. Like I was a shadow without a body. The funeral was small. Only the pastor, 2 kind nurses, and the wind that kept pulling at my dress. My parents didn't send flowers. They didn't say a word. No sorry. No hug. Nothing. The small white casket looked too tiny for so much love. The pastor talked about peace. But I didn't feel peace. Just a giant hole inside me where my son used to be. After the funeral, I went home alone. His toys were still on the floor. The cartoon he loved still played on the TV. I sat there for hours, remembering his laugh. Days turned into nights. Nights turned into more days. I didn't want food. I didn't want sleep. I didn't want anything. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw his little face. Weeks passed. No calls from my parents. No visits. They didn't care if I was alive. I was invisible. One night, my phone buzzed. A message from my sister. Mom said you're still crying. Maybe if you were stronger, this wouldn't have happened. Something inside me changed. Quiet. Cold. A door inside me locked shut. They would not remember him. They would not remember me. Not unless I made them. Revenge did not start like fire. It started like snow. Slow. Quiet. Heavy. I went back to work at a funeral home. I helped other families say goodbye. I watched parents cry for their children. I watched love fight death. Every hug. Every tear. Every prayer. It hurt. And it made me angry. Why did other people have love? Why did my parents have none? At night, I stood by my window and looked at my parents' house in the distance. They still lived there, living normal life, like my son never existed. I wondered if they ever thought of him. If they even cared. Then one day, my phone rang. It was my mom. "So you're alive," she said. "Your father is sick. Come help. Don't bring your drama. Just come." For a moment, I felt sorry. But then I remembered the hallway. The way they left me. Sorry turned into steel. "I'll come," I said. The house smelled the same as always. Strong perfume, old secrets, and fake smiles. My father was coughing on the couch. He looked smaller, weaker. Time had finally touched him. "You came," he said. "You didn't think I would live," I answered. My mom rolled her eyes. "Don't start. Clean the house. Cook. Be useful. Your sister is busy." I stayed silent. I worked. I cooked. I cleaned. They gave me orders like I was a servant. But I watched. I listened. I waited. Quiet people are not weak. Quiet people remember everything. One night, I found a book in a drawer. My father's journal. Inside were names and numbers. Lots of money. From neighbors, friends, church people. He took their money secretly. He lied to them. Then I saw a page with my name. Useless girl. Waste of breath. Funeral bills are her punishment. Asterisk? My heart hurt. Not like before. This time, the hurt turned into something sharp. I made copies of every page. I put the book back. And I waited. My mom came into the kitchen later. "We don't owe you anything," she said. "You should thank us for calling." I turned to her. "You cut me off the day my son died." There was nothing left to cut. For the first time, she looked scared. "That's okay," I whispered. "I'm not leaving. Not until you feel what I felt." My plan began. I sent the copies of his book to every person he stole from. I did not write a name. I let the truth speak. Soon the police came. The bank froze every account. My parents panicked. My mother banged on my door, her voice angry and scared. "What have you done? They will take everything." I stood still. I did nothing. "Remember? You don't need me." She whispered, "You're heartless." I smiled. "No. Just alone. Like you said." But revenge did not make me happy. It did not bring back my son. It only balanced the pain. Later, I went to their house again. It looked dark and heavy. My mom sat with papers all around, bills, warnings, fear. My dad was gone, taken away for questioning. His chair sat empty. "You sent those papers," she said. Her voice was small now. I walked closer. Calm. Strong. "All I wanted was for you to stay with me that night. To hold me. To tell me I wasn't alone." She looked away. "We were scared," she whispered. "No," I said. "You were selfish. You didn't want to feel sad. You didn't want to lose control. So you left me with all the sadness alone." She hit the table. "You're happy now? We lost everything. I leaned close. No. I'm not happy. But now we are the same. She stared at me with empty eyes. I lost everything because of you, she said. I nodded. Now you finally know how it feels. I walked away. You will regret this, she shouted. You will die alone too. I stopped in the doorway. Maybe, I said. But I won't die pretending I was loved. Outside, the sky felt wide. The air felt new. I breathed deeply, like life was coming back to me. I moved to a new town by the sea. I worked in a flower shop. The smell of roses and the sound of waves helped my heart slowly heal. On the day my son died 1 year later, I went to the ocean. I held one white flower. I let the wind take my tears. I made them remember you, I whispered. They finally felt the pain they gave us. I listened to the waves. One wave splashed big and loud. I smiled. It felt like my son laughing again. My parents tried calling again later. Their messages changed. From angry to begging to silence. And I let the silence stay. Because this silence was mine. Revenge was not about hurting them forever. It was about making them stop hurting me. I stood up and watched the sun go down. For the first time since that hospital hallway, I did not feel alone. I felt free. Please like and subscribe for more videos, also comment where you're watching from.